Mr. Harmless here, back with some more tech helps. Let's get ready to learn. Mr. Harmless here, and found an interesting workaround that I would like to share with all of you. Let's say you have a PDF worksheet, then you want to share it in Google Classroom, but no matter how you try to share it, it doesn't work the way you want it to. You want them to be able to fill in certain parts, and even though you're sitting there going, I can edit this on my end, but when I send it to them, they're having all kinds of issues. So I'd like to share a workaround using Google Slides and that PDF, and then assigning it through Google Classroom that diminishes the number of steps that the student would have to do and increases the probability that they're going to actually do this if it's made easy for them. So I hope that this little tutorial is helpful and that you get something out of it. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions afterwards. You can email me. I'll give you the email at the end of this video. Okay, so the setup that I have here in order to do this, the first thing I need to have is pulled up my PDF. Now you can pull this up any way you want. I have this pulled up just right. I had it in my Google Drive already. You could have it saved on your computer. You could pull it up as Adobe. It really doesn't matter how you have this set up. Just make sure you have it up on your computer. You're going to need a new, and I've just created a new presentation, Google presentation, and I just called this one Triangle Congruence because that's the document that I'm working with, the PDF I'm working with. Triangle Congruence. And then the other thing that you're going to need if you're on a Windows computer is this fancy little tool called Snip and Sketch. Let me drag it over here. Snip and Sketch. Okay, and so let me show you that little icon. It's this icon right down here at the bottom. You can usually find it in your menu under the S's because it's Snip and Sketch. There it is right there. Okay, so I have it pulled up. So I've got my Snip and Sketch, I've got my new presentation, and I have my PDF pulled up. Those are the three key ingredients to making this happen. All right, so let's go through the process here. So I have my PDF pulled up. I'm going to pull up my Snip and Sketch. I'm going to click New. Now, the first thing on the first page, I just want to have this particular part right here. Actually, you know what? Let me do that again. I'm gonna change that. Let me minimize this. I want to scroll this down so it doesn't get that little piece there, and I'm going to include the directions as well. So let me click my Snip and Sketch again, New, and then I'm just gonna box in. I'm gonna box in right here these directions and up to this, and so this is what I'm gonna get. Make it look as, there we go. Let's do that. All right, so there's the picture. This little button right here is copy. You can hit Control C, or you could just click this button here, copy. Now I'm going to go to my presentation, my Google Slides presentation, and I'm going to do a new, I'm just going to do a blank one, get rid of this first one here, and I'm going to hit the delete button on my keyboard. It gets rid of that one. Okay, so I've got this first slide here. I'm going to right click and do paste. You can also use the key combination Control and V to paste. I'm going to paste here. Okay, so I pasted that image into this presentation, and I'm just going to make it fill up the slide here and put this in the middle. So there's the first page. Okay, directions. Here we go. So they can always go back to this. Now I'm going to go to, let's add a new slide, blank slide. Let's go back to my PDF was on this tab, or if you had an Adobe, pull up my, I'm going to scroll. I'm going to get these first 4 questions on that first slide. Okay, so I've got that in the center of my screen. Click, click the Snip and Sketch tool, New. Right, now I want to just get 1 through 4. That looks pretty good right there. That's not bad. Got a little bit of that right there, but that's okay. Copy. Back to my presentation. I'm going to do paste. Okay, and then I can make it a little bit bigger to fill up the slide how I want it. Okay, and I just get it as centered as I can. I think that looks pretty good to me. You can crop it a little bit if you need to, if the little dots are bothering you. That was just the way I copied it. Okay, so now this is a page in this presentation. So what you need to do now is you're going to click this shape tool right here, shape. Okay, and I'm going to do the rectangle because that's kind of what this already is, and I'm going to put it right over this rectangle that's already there. Okay, and I'm going to make it, let's make it, here's this fill thing here, I'm going to make it a yellow color. Okay, now let me actually move this up again, and I'm going to have to move my little shape up to cover it. Okay, all right, now I'm going to change the font here because I want them to be able to type in there and it to fit. Let's see, if you double click, it gives me the ability to type. So angle, side, angle, capitals, angle, side, angle. Okay, I want it centered, so I'm going to go ahead and align it center. Okay, all right, now pay attention carefully. I've got 3 more boxes. I want it to be the same font that I have set for this one, and it's centered. So I'm going to click on this, not where it's blinking, but I'm going to click on the edge. Notice it's still this box. I'm going to use the key combination Control and C. That copies it. And then I'm going to immediately hit Control and V. That pastes it. Notice I've got it repeated. I'm going to bring it over here. It should be the same size. Okay, now since I've already copied it, I'm going to hit Control V again. Drag this one here for this box. Control V again. And here. Okay. Alright, now I want some instructions so the kids know what they're supposed to do when they get to this. Okay, so I'm gonna click right here. I'm gonna do one more. Control V. I'm gonna bring this one around here. And I'm going to type next to it. So now I'm going to insert a text box. And I'm going to put a text box right here next to this. Please double click each yellow box to type in your answer. And I'm going to bring this right here. And oops, let me get this so I can type on it. Okay. I want to type in here. Answer. Okay. So let's do, I like to have fun with this. Let's do one more thing here. Let's do, an arrow. Let's do an arrow. From here to there, and then let's make it a little bit bigger. Line weight 3. There we go. Okay, alright, so now when the students get this, they can double click and type in their answer. Okay, now to save myself some time, I'm going to click over here on this slide. I'm going to hit Control and D, the letter D. When I do that, it duplicates that whole slide. Okay, so here's the first page, here's the second page. Okay, so now I want the next 4 questions. So this first page is questions 1 through 4. So now let's repeat this process, but I'm going to save myself a little time. Okay, so let me go back over to my PDF. I'm going to scroll, so I'm going to get 5, 6, 7, and 8 in there. I'm going to click my snip and sketch tool, new. And I'm going to do 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, there we go. All right, click copy. Okay, back over to my presentation. Notice I'm on this 3rd page here, which should be so I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard to get rid of that one. Okay, now I'm going to do Control V to paste my new picture. Now notice it's in front of my yellow boxes, so I'm going to, before I do anything else, I'm going to right click and I'm going to put order right here, send to back. It'll put it behind everything. Now let's make it a little bit bigger so it fills this up, and then I just need to move my little yellow boxes so they cover up those boxes that are there. And notice the directions from the previous one is already there, so that part's fine. So now the students will, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. All right, so now the students will get this next one, okay? So this is the process. Then you can repeat as often as you need to create your fillable spreadsheet. The students will be able to double-click, type in their answers for each one of these that they're going to do, okay? Next part is how to assign this so that each one can do this. All right, so now let's share this newly created, it's not actually a fillable PDF, but it basically works like that, with a classroom. So let's open up my classroom. And I need to switch accounts here, get my school account. And for lack of a better option, I've got this fake class, e-learning classwork. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an assignment. Okay, so hopefully you're good with all those steps up to this point. So congruent triangles worksheet. Okay. So I'm going to create this assignment. I'm going to add from Google Drive. And since I just created it, it should show up here as one of my more recent ones. If not, let's go My Drive. Oh, I don't think I have it shared with me yet. Can't find it. Triangle congruence. Oh, there it is. Yeah, see, there you go. If you can't find it, just remember what you call it. Okay, so there it is. I'm going to click it, click Insert. Okay, now make a copy for each student. Will then make it so that each student can open up that PDF, right? It'll look like this. Each one can open it up and fill in the boxes by double-clicking each box, double-click each yellow box, type your answer. So as long as they follow directions, which I know can be a challenge, they'll be able to fill that out, and that'll be good. So we can do that, do all the other settings that you want to do, and click Assign. And so each student will get a copy of that document, okay? And they'll be able to fill it out. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any issues with this, let me know. Hopefully this makes sense and works out well for you, and it gives you a nice workaround if you have a nice PDF that you like, but you're having a hard time, especially the ones with all the pictures, but you're having a hard time making it so that they can fill it out, okay? Hopefully this is helpful for you. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can contact me at harmlessm@danville118.org. If you're work in my district, that's an easy way. I mean, if you don't, you can still use that email, or you can contact me at matt@harmlessonline.net. You can also find additional videos and helps at mr.harmlessonline.net. Thanks for watching.